now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here on the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, thanking you all for joining me and coming back here for another episode in the theater. Today's film is celebrating its 20th anniversary as it's a 2005 action thriller directed by Jean-Francois Richet, and it's a remake of a 1976 John Carpenter film. Today's film also answers the question, what do you get when you have an explorer? Team up with Cowboy Curtis, the voice of Bruno Madrigal, Adriana La Cerva, the longtime girlfriend and fiancée of Christopher Moltisanti from The Sopranos, and a rapper who feuded with and subsequently got lyrically murdered by 50 Cent, DMX, and Eminem. You get an assault on Precinct 13. Now, our movie opens following a failed sting operation in which two fellow undercover officers are killed. As a result, Detroit Police Department Sergeant Jake Roenick, played by Ethan Hawke, begins to regularly abuse alcohol and painkillers while clinging to his unambitious assignment as a desk sergeant at Precinct 13. 8 months after the prologue, it's New Year's Eve. Roenick, Officer Jasper O'Shea, played by Brian Dennehy, and Secretary Iris Ferry, played by Drea De Matteo, maintain a skeleton shift due to the fact that Precinct 13 is about to be decommissioned. During their shift, psychiatrist Alexandra Sabian, played by Maria Bello, arrives to evaluate Roenick's fitness for duty. Meanwhile, crime boss Marion Bishop, played by Laurence Fishburne, is arrested after killing an undercover policeman and is set to be transferred to prison with 3 other criminals. Beck, played by John Leguizamo, Anna, played by Aisha Hines, and Smiley, played by Ja Rule. When a snowstorm shuts down the roads, the prison transport is diverted to Precinct 13, where an unprepared Roenick places the prisoners into respective cells. At this point, masked gunmen cut off the precinct's communications and electricity, and they attack the station, killing the deputies before demanding that Bishop be handed over. Roenick kills one of the attackers and finds that he is an undercover cop working under Captain Marcus Duvall of Precinct 21, played by Gabriel Byrne. Bishop explains that Duvall and his team are corrupt and were formerly his business partners. They now plan to eliminate him in order to preserve their secret. The precinct staff and criminals form an uneasy truce. Heavily outnumbered and outgunned, Roenick releases the prisoners and arms them in order to help defend the precinct. Their combined efforts repel several more attacks, eventually leading to a stalemate. Another officer, Capra, played by Matt Craven, arrives and is shot at by the corrupt officers, but he makes it inside. However, Bishop suspects him of being sent by Duvall when he discovers an unlocked back entrance. Meanwhile, Beck and Smiley secretly conspire to escape. Simultaneously, while the rest of the defenders plan for Anna and Sabian to escape in Capra's SUV. When Beck and Smiley sneak out, they are killed by Duvall's men, providing the distraction needed in order to allow Anna and Sabian to drive off. But they are ambushed by Duvall's right-hand man, Kahane, played by Curry Graham, who kills Anna, having been hiding in the back seat, whilst Duvall kills Sabian after she refuses to cooperate. When the snowfall subsides, Duvall calls in a corrupt SWAT team who land on the roof of the precinct. The defenders flee through a utility tunnel underneath the building. Emerging from the tunnel, they find themselves surrounded by Duvall's men. The traitor is revealed to be O'Shea and not Capra. As Duvall prepares to kill the others, Bishop secretly plants a flashbang grenade on O'Shea, mortally wounding him. In the confusion, Iris and Capra flee in Duvall's SUV. Kahane shoots out the tires, causing the vehicle to crash and knock Capra unconscious, but Iris manages to kill Kahane after a struggle. Duvall chases Roanoke and Bishop into a nearby forest where they ambush and kill the remaining forces. However, Duvall shoots and wounds Bishop before being killed by Roanoke, who is himself injured in the process. Following all of this, an injured Bishop takes Roanoke's gun and flees, and Roanoke promises to personally arrest him in the future. When Iris arrives with police and firemen, Roanoke claims that he and Duvall's gang are the only ones present, knowing that Bishop can't go too far, but wanting to give him the illusion of liberty. As the authorities proceed to secure the area, Roanoke and Iris leave the forest as the sun rises and our movie comes to its end. Now, this remake has been praised by some as an expertly made B-movie and dismissed by others as formulaic. As I've said in some of my prior reviews, predictability doesn't necessarily mean bad. We go to the movies to escape. We know that 9.9 times out of 10, the good guy is going to win and the bad guy is going to lose. Or the guy will end up redeeming himself with the girl and they will live happily ever after. These facts don't prevent us from enjoying the movie any less. While yes, the box office receipts weren't too kind to this film, grossing only $35.3 million worldwide on a budget of $30 million. I don't think it was a bad movie by any stretch of the imagination. I felt like it had a solid cast, a solid story, that had made you care about the primary characters. Even some of the background characters, like Anna, who claims multiple times that she never committed a crime in her life. She says that they wanted her sister and ended up getting her instead. You feel for her because, assuming she's not lying, she shouldn't even be in this situation. And she ends up dying because she is, in fact, a part of it. I enjoyed this film thoroughly. And when it comes to my rating, I give it 3.5 out of 5 stars. What do you guys think of this remake of Assault on Precinct 13? Do you prefer this one or the original? Let me know. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that discourse that I'm always trying to engage you, my loyal viewers, in. And if I'm being 100%, I've never seen the original. So maybe at some point I'm going to have to go back and watch that to compare. Until next time, though, when we return to the theater for another brand new episode of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here on the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel. I have been your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, thanking y'all for tuning in, and I will catch y'all next time.